All right. Here is a simple question on the board on changing demand and changing quantity demanded. The question is, a decrease in the price of a commodity will cause, then the options are A, B, C, D. How do you choose the right option in this kind of a question when it's relating to demand function? You have to understand the difference between change in demand and change in quantity demanded. The question is, what is change in demand and what is change in quantity demanded? When you hear the word change in quantity demanded, it simply means a movement along the same demand curve. Change in quantity demanded is a movement along the same demand curve caused by change in the price of the commodity itself. So what I'm telling you is that whenever anything relating to change in quantity demanded is concerned with a change in the price of the commodity itself and is a movement along the same demand curve, whether um, rightward movement or um, leftward movement, which is also always caused by change in what? In the price of the commodities. But now I want to let you know that we have other factors that affect demand, not price alone. We have taste, we have population, we have weather, we have festival, and we have a lot of them. Price of other commodities. All these factors affect demand. But whenever there is any change in any of these factors mentioned, aside, please take note of that. Aside from the price of the commodity itself, then there will be a shift in the demand curve. And this can be explained using uh, the diagram that will be illustrated on the board here. So let's look at this. Change in quantity demanded. Change in quantity demanded is a movement along the same demand curve caused by is a movement along the same demand curve caused by changing the price of the commodity itself. So it can be, let's say this is uh, Q1 and P1. And let's assume that there is a change in the price of this commodity, an increase in the price of this commodity. That's an increase in the price of the commodity. Then you can see that there will be a decrease in quantity demanded of this commodity. Let's say the price moved from P1 to P2, P1 to P2. Then there will be a decrease, there will be a decrease in quantity demanded of this commodity. Can you see that now? Now, in this sense, this is uh, leftward movement. Can you see a movement from, let's say, A to B? It is leftward movement from A to B, and then the quantity drop from Q1 to Q2. It can be 20 here, then this place will be 10. The price here can be 50, then here will be what? 100. You can see that an increase in price of the commodity from P1 to P2 or from 150 to 100 leads to a decrease in quantity demanded of this commodity from Q1 to Q2, which is 20 to what? To 10 units. All of these are measured in what? In units. And we can have reversed the case that if there is a decrease in price, what if there is a decrease in price? Here there was increase in price from P1 to P2. What if we experience a case of a decrease in price where we have, let's call this one P3. This was original price. At this price, we have 15 units was demanded. Let's say the price is just, let's give it a real number to be, let's say 10 naira. Now, the price decreased to just, let's say 2 naira. There's a decrease in price from 10 naira to 2 naira. That's P4. Let's call this one P4. You can see that if you trace this, and then you can see that the quantity demanded can increase from 15 naira to, let's say, 25 naira. 25 units. This is in units. So this is P1, let's say C to D. This is downward sloping. This is upward sloping. So if we have a situation where there is increase in price, quantity demanded will do what? Will decrease. And if we have a situation whereby there is a decrease in price, then quantity demanded will do what? Will increase. I believe with that you already know the answer to the question. But what if we are talking about change in demand? Change in in demand is a shift in the demand curve from its original position to a new position, you know, caused by other factors affecting demand aside from the price of the commodity itself. Let's illustrate that. When we are talking about change in demand, when we are talking about change in demand, is a bodily shift, from its original position to another position. It can be outward shift or inward shift. When it's shift outward, it's called increase in demand. But when it is inward shift, it's called what? Decrease in demand. So with that, we can conclude that the answer is what? D. A decrease in the price of a commodity will cause an increase in the quantity demanded of the commodity as explained here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, you share, and comment.